just like that, time struck. And at the end of the day, in the beginning of the next day, the world sought out one thing and one person only. They said we got to ride with one man only. That time went from 11:59 to 12 a.m. That is when they sought out the Midnight Rider to lead them in the charge into this new day that is today. And this is the Sunday Rise. It's 11 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, 11:15 to be specific. It's the Midnight Rider. It's Coach Devon Powell. It's the big guy KG. We bringing you the Sunday Rise the only way we know how to. And in the famous words of Jacob Fatu, we're going to take you from sport to sport, post to post, coast to coast, yada I mean. And with that being said, that's your host, the big guy KG. He's going to take it from here.
Thank you for that Midnight Ride. I appreciate that. Man, Sunday morning, starting off your week right. Let's get this thing going. First and foremost, let's do it right. How y'all feeling this morning, gentlemen?
Good, man. Good.
Feeling all right. Can't complain.
All right, we got not a whole lot, but we got enough to get us through. You know, to satisfy your palate in more ways than one. That's what we're gonna do this morning. First and foremost, the news came out last night. Jon Jones is retiring. Dana White said that last night. What is he? 28, 1-1, only one loss in his whole career.
Something like that, yeah.
My guy was a champion. Where is it at? I just had it. Damn, I lost it. But he was a champion for quite some time.
Like heavyweight and heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Or the world, Craig. Or the world.
6'4", 238, absolute destroyer of men. What's you gentlemen's thoughts on Jon Bones Jones?
So, for me, I think he's the he might not be the Ric Flair of it. He might be the Hulk Hogan of it, because I think this sport rose when he was dominant. It was prominent when he was dominant. I'll say it that way. I think his scandals helped make him human, but nobody could say the competitor that is Jon Bones Jones was a slouch. I think there is no parallel. There is no next Bones Jones. There's Bones Jones and then everybody else. So if you want to walk up to me and talk MMA, remember it starts at 2, because Jon Bones Jones is 1. Plain and simple, no doubts, no ifs, no ands, no buts, no asterisks. That's how I see it.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Thank you. I felt awkward just now.
I looked at that and I that was my fault. I'm gonna be honest with you. Jon Jones is a pioneer of the sport. I believe he is the one that brought it mainstream, because when it was in its, I ain't gonna say infancy, but when right before you got the big TV deals, all you saw was UFC, whatever number it was, Jon Bones Jones. That was all it was. He took them to the heights that they're at. And I think he should be honored for that. Comment. Anthony says, a lot of people said Jon Jones only got to where he is because of the amount of steroids he took. He didn't actually earn some of those titles. Is that ridiculous? I mean, if you tested him and he tested negative, what can you do? There's no proof.
Well, I mean, he did have some positive tests, but still, the dude physically was a freak. He did everything from wrestling to jiu-jitsu to taekwondo. He did it all. So at a certain point, talent is talent. You know what I'm saying? You can get by and get and do the things that this man did. Stopping the people he stopped, the holds he put people into. I mean, whatever you want, he did it. It was like Burger King. You can have it your way.
My question is, do we really think he's retired?
Hey, coach, we need some volume, coach.
My fault. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you still faded a little bit.
Sorry about that. I said, we really think he's retired.
I don't know. It might be like, was that didn't Sugar Ray retire and come back a couple times?
Yeah, we've seen it
Yeah.
before, and I mean, I know he's getting up there in age. He's like what 36, 37,
Right.
and I'm not a big MMA guy, but you know who Jones is,
Right.
if you follow any sports. But I mean, when they he was playing, they was trying to get a title fight up with him and I forgot the guy's name that
I think
they were
it's
trying
like
to set it up.
Aspinger or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then all of a sudden he retired. So I don't know. It sounds like this ain't going to last long, in my opinion.
I think he just didn't find enough of a challenge to keep him interested.
That could be too. I mean,
at a certain age, you get tired of the rigmarole of working out every day, and you need something to keep you going. And I just think this wasn't the something to keep him going.
Couple comments. Anthony said, "Do you think the style bender could have been that?"
No. I mean, I love Israel, but Israel is he's got flaws, and I think that's the thing with John is you don't really see the flaws in his fighting style. What's this? This is why I disagree with you.
When I said that, I think John Jones is a pioneer, and he kind of gave MMA, especially UFC, their legs. He said, "This is why I disagree with you. I think Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, Forrest Griffin, button the mainstream mainly focus Forrest because of the Ultimate Fighter, Flourish because of the Ultimate Fighter."
I agree with him on this. That first year, the Ultimate Fighter was legendary, and the fact that Griffin and I forgot the guy he fought, the match that they put on was a 5-star, and that just grabbed everybody. You know how we talk about the casuals?
Mm-hmm.
The casuals jumped all in that first season, so I agree with him on that. I think this was what put him on the map because it looked so. The early years were the barbaric, no weight classes, no organization, no structure. And then they started getting structure. And then this is when this was the shift, the paradigm shift to them becoming structured and better. And then I think Jones took the baton from this era that he's talking about and ran with it. Go ahead, KG.
All right. Anthony said, "I think his retirement lasts for a short period. He goes to wrestling for a bit, like you saw with Shamrock. Then he comes back." See, with Shamrock, though, when Shamrock came over, he came over to WWE or WWF at the time during the Attitude Era. Like, you had a place for him. But now you got so many people that got MMA backgrounds in wrestling. If he can't tell a story.
Wait, what?
What do you mean? What?
Huh? You don't think?
Huh?
You don't think Bones can tell a story?
I'm not saying he can or he can't. I said if he can't tell a story in the ring, and you just straight submission holds, that's not as exciting as it was in the mid to late 90s.
Gotcha.
When you saw Shamrock coming in and putting somebody in the ankle lock, that was exciting. You saw Shamrock manipulate pressure points, stuff like that was exciting. We've seen that for the last 28, 29 years. That's not going to be exciting anymore. He got to be something fresh. This is what I do, man. I'm telling you. If I'm telling you this, 3 to 6 months, AEW, WWE, somebody's going to use what I'm saying because they always steal from me.
I just don't think he has Bonner. Thanks, Anthony. I just don't think John Bones Jones has the patience for wrestling. Because I think he's too dynamic of an athlete. So I don't think I really think he could do it and he could sell it. He'd be a hell of a wrestler. He could move up a card easily with his popularity and just his machismo.
Anthony said, to be honest, I think Fatal, help me out with that.
And
Malenko was John Jones before he came to UFC. Perry checking in. Shamrock started out as a pro wrestler before MMA. Different. Really? Wait, what?
Hey, Perry, we need you at least Tuesday because the draft is Thursday.
Damn, the draft Thursday? We that close to the draft?
Yeah.
God damn. I'm sorry. I would have reached out if I'd have known that. I've been swamped. Jeez.
And if it's earlier, Perry, tell me it's earlier, but I think it's Thursday.
But I thought, Shamrock trained in the Lions Den and then MMA and then went to WWF and all that and then went back to MMA. But of course, I could be wrong and I am wrong. And I have no problem with that, but damn. Okay, I'll take that. Andy said, because people forget Fedor was a freak athlete.
Right.
The guy could wrestle, do judo, and do more Muay Thai and box.
I think Fedor's problem was he waited too long. He's like the Arvydas Sabonis of MMA. Like if he had came over earlier, he would have caught on. And I think we caught his later years after the ring. The ring wears on you. No stories told. It's like Father Time. Father Time is undefeated, and the ring is undefeated as well. You only got so many fights in your body that you can have, and you can do it at a top level.
And it's crazy you bring up Sabonis because I was just watching the Sabonis video.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try something. Just cause I love mine, I give blood to. Okay. It's there. I'm in that.
It's there.
I'm in that octave.
Now you start growling, we getting out of here, man. Perry said, look up Vince Torelli.
Okay.
Vince Torelli was Shamrock's first wrestling gimmick before he took MMA serious. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, look at Perry.
When I tell you something, totally off subject, I'm gonna tell you something. We had a night on the WrestleManiacs. It was Don was out, so it's myself, Sumo, Perry, Raj, couple of other people. And when I tell you, I asked a bunch of questions and they got me straight. Like a lot of things that I felt as an adult because of how I felt about it as a kid. When I tell you they got me straight and I knew I could go to them about anything. Like if I didn't know something, I knew they had a history. They were the history of wrestling encyclopedia. And I was with it. I was on it. So that right there, man, good grief. Whenever it comes to wrestling topics and basketball, man, I know who to go to. I know I can go to Perry and say, hey, can you confirm or deny? I do the same thing with Sumo. Can you confirm or deny? And Coach, thank you for that. The draft is Wednesday.
I sat there one night, and I'll never forget. I was watching y'all. It was like 10 o'clock. And Sumo went on this diatribe about some wrestling league somewhere in Japan, was only black people, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, what we doing here? I was like, yo, this can't be serious. Like, we can't be going into the top 10 of the Japan All African American Wrestling League. Like, what's up? And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? These dudes do wrestling a little differently. That's it. And at that point, from that point on, Sumo's official, Perry's official. That's just how we do.
So, and with that being said, if you have not checked out the latest episode of the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs, go check that out. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's on Twitch. So go check that out. Perry said then he went to Pancrase, which led to UFC. Anthony said, based on personality, if you guys had to choose what company that Bones could do well in, would it be WWE, New Japan, AEW, TNA, or Lucha Libre in Mexico?
Well,
Mexico, I don't think will work.
I don't think New Japan works either.
No. No New Japan, no Mexico, no what's it, CMLL?
Whatever. Yeah.
No AAA, none of that. That's not gonna work.
Hey, Coach
his best bet would be AEW or WWE.
Hey, we gotta talk to Coach, man. Coach keeps jumping back in the screen trying to take my bottom square, man. Taking my bottom square.
My bad. Look, I'm gonna jump out and just listen in, fellas.
All right, that's what's up. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Perry said, Fedora's the GOAT. Remember, MMA was always more than UFC. Pride FC had arguably the best run in MMA before the Ultimate Fighter explosion.
Agree, but because we're talking about here, I think the UFC carries more here. Any other country, I can deal with it, but I think this is different here, and it's why Fedor
said restaurant fans also.
What?
Restaurant fans also don't realize before they wrestle both the walls were sumo wrestling.
I don't know what he's talking about there.
Andy said, "What wrestling fans forget is if you actually look at the history look at all history of all Samoan guys that came into WWE, they were all sumo wrestlers before. Some of them,
I got you.
Some of them were just straight wrestlers. I think it was like a few. Jack said, I like WoW. Perry said, neither. I can't see Jones ever taking it serious. Daniel Cormier will be different because he respects it. But remember the last time that a MMA fighter really took things serious? He wound up getting fired.
Someone, Matt, what's his name? What was
no, I'm talking with Daniel Puder.
Oh, okay.
They fired him because he was too damn good, pretty much. He had he had the charisma, he had the look, he had everything. But because he really made Kurt Angle tap, they had a problem with him.
Yo, I keep hearing his voice, man. I feel like I'm about to be like, it was Tisha, Tanika, Pam, and Belinda. About 3 Tiffany's.
Said Fedor was Arvydas Sabonis by the team. By the time he got to UFC, said no, they weren't. Okay, talking about the sumo, the Samoans. No, they weren't. I thought it was a few of them that actually did do sumo wrestling. That's not what I meant about taking it seriously. Elaborate, please,
right,
brother.
All right, you might have to just jump in at this point, because
as friends, as fans yourself, you walked into a bar and you saw either of the Wild Samoans sitting at the bar. Will you go up to them and try to antagonize them? like some idiot fans do back then. Hell no.
Nah,
Man,
good,
they
dog.
say Haku in his 60s, and he'll still beat your ass. You don't play about that, man. You don't play. Oh man, he said Pewter was an effing mark for himself. Ooh,
Oh, this is getting interesting now.
ooh.
I don't give.
See, that's why you say certain things, you get corrected, and I love it. I love it.
But I ain't saying
Not
nothing.
respecting what the business is. See, that's the big problem. You got to have somebody that's gonna come in and respect the business. Number one, and you got some people that come in from other sports, and number one, they don't know what kayfabe is. And as much as people
Right.
want to say kayfabe is dead, kayfabe is hanging on. Because sometimes you don't know if it's a work or a shoot. If you got to sit there and you got to ask, is it a work? Is it a shoot? Even with some posts online,
Hey, you must
kayfabe
well
is
hit
still
that next
alive and
comment
well.
too.
You say what?
Hit that next one.
Can you guys explain to me why Friends did that though? Why would you, out of all people, go up and try to go up to a bar and antagonize Haku? Because you thought he was soft, you thought it was sweet,
Nah,
but he showed you fat meat was greasy,
and you think it's still fake. Like you don't respect the toughness. Like you don't respect what these guys, these bumps actually do. These guys. That's what it really is. Is you think they just they're fake punches or they don't get hit, but you don't realize when you hit that mat or you hit that chair or you get this, the nature of it all. That's really what it is.
True indeed. Okay. Perry said 2 at most. High Chief Peter Maivia, the great High Chief Peter Maivia, was one with the sumo background. Man. Okay. I thought it was a little bit more, but okay. I'm with it.
Oh, and tell wifey
And he
she
said
making
that
bread
part,
today.
MR. That
Tell the wife
no, she's under the
bread
weather
today.
too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe next week.
Look, you trying to get me busted in the head.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe next week I can get some bread. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, then you'll get it fresh.
Yeah.
You don't wait a week for that. But respecting the business is the hard part that a lot of people have. They don't respect the business. And
Man,
when you come in and you don't respect kayfabe, you don't respect the boys backstage, you don't respect the ladies, you got a problem. Just because you play an asshole on TV don't mean you need to be an asshole in the back. So
no, and the other part is the business is different. Like, you got to learn how, for lack of a better term, the sausage is made. No,
give you that. Anthony said, for some reason, I don't think Logan respects the business really. I think this is just the face he puts on for the cameras. I don't think he takes wrestling serious. I felt the same way at first. I felt the same way. I was like, why is he doing this? What are you doing? But then I saw him training, trying to do new things, trying to learn new things, and he took it up and became a student of the game. I think. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, I just think if you look at what he's put into this, he's into this. The fact that the way he practices his moves to get that double spring backflip onto the announcer table. This is not a dude that takes wrestling as a joke. He's trying to take it to the next level and a level beyond that. Like even where one of his spots, like the referee goes and like takes his armpit and wipes the sweat off of the top rope so he doesn't slip. Like there's just big things that he does that shows you that he appreciates the business and he knows what it's going to be. Even his podcast.
Yeah. Maddie said, "Happy Sunday, all. Man in the grill for my wife's work picnic. It's a warm one, but if you want a burger or a dog, I'll save you one. I would love a burnt hot dog."
The question is, did Maddie pick a national anthem before he lit the grill? Because you just can't light a grill. You gotta let America know that today is special. So you gotta play a Star Spangled Banner. And if he played one, I didn't know which one he played.
When you say which one, we talking which version?
No. You know us. You know Maddie's got like a top 50 of national anthems. So
okay, well, let me ask this, and I'm gonna ask this, and Maddie, you answer this in the comments. Hendrix version of the national anthem at Woodstock, where does that rank? That's what I want to know.
Maddie ain't ready for that.
Perry said that's why most MMA fighters could not cross over.
Right.
Maddie said big NHL hour tomorrow on Drive Time, free agency previews and draft previews. Make sure you tune in to that at 5, and then come back at 7 for the debut of Pretenders or Contenders with Coach Powell. Make sure you back for that. Anthony said, I hope it feels like I'm not bashing Logan by saying that, because to be honest, even what you guys are saying, I feel like he just does it for media attention. No, you're not bashing him. That's your opinion. And that's, if your opinion is seeming like bashing to somebody, that means they're not listening. Because that's the same opinion you had. I had the same opinion, and I had to look at it differently.
But I think he do respect it. Yep.
You say what?
I say I think he respects the business.
Yeah. So that's your opinion. That's what you see. That's not bashing. That's your opinion, and we respect it. Perry said, why Shayna Baszler and Marina Shafir are so good in wrestling, they respect it. Ronda respects it. She just couldn't get her character over.
Yeah.
The heel part of her character, because she was supposed to be a heel, but she was so caught up and engrossed in it. Like, she would come out, and that crowd would pop, and all you see is this big smile on her face. She couldn't be a heel. She couldn't be a heel if she tried, really. Because when you love something, it's hard to be angry in it, even if that's what you're supposed to be. And Perry said, Logan, as much as I hate him outside the ring, gets it.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Perry and Sumo that got me to change my opinion on Logan.
Logan's here. He's ready. Like, he's here for it. He's about the business. It's all him. You know what?
He said, if you guys had to choose a football player from any era that you think would do well, transition quickly into the NFL, who would it be? I'm thinking Lawrence Taylor, Refrigerator Perry.
Nah. My honest opinion, I would go with Dion. Because he could carry the mic like nobody else's business. And then all you got to do now is fix the wrestler. Talking about prime time. Talking about must be the money. What gimmick can he not get over? He's a walking gimmick, Coach Prime. He signed, sealed, and delivered as Coach Prime.
Perry said nope.
Yeah, Coach Prime.
He said I will have to watch them again. That's what Maddie said. And Anthony said, to me, Ronda couldn't get over as a bad guy because she was a big fan in the UFC. He said, I think Ray Lewis might do well in pro wrestling.
I can see that.
Coach Powell said, Randy Moss.
Hey,
Randy Moss a talker.
Well, while we talking about this,
and he's an athlete.
Can you tell me about yesterday? KG?
Tell them about yesterday.
Like, what you got for me?
Well,
like what you did yesterday.
that's crazy because you always talk about yesterday. But I thought we had this conversation already, brother.
Right now, it's all we got. You know what I'm talking about? The greatest opportunity in the world is found in today. You understand that? We don't even know what yesterday got for us. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's already gone. Tomorrow, too far away. What about right now? What about right now? Huh? Would you give it all up for me right now? I got you. Huh? Let's go then.
But that'll do it. That's your mic skill right there. Perry said, I hate that question. Simply Becca. In pro football, what position do you guys view transitions quickly into the ring where they can pick it up quickly because of their skill set has?
I would say this. I think if they have a natural wrestling background, that's the thing that gets them over to wrestling. But if they don't have a natural wrestling background, it's tough. Because then they got to be a talker. They got to be a soothsayer. They gotta be an energizer. They got to be like a Muhammad Ali. They got to make you feel something. They got to make you believe. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Austin 316 resonates for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Jacob Fatu and the Yada Amin, it resonates for a reason. Like, you got to be in the business to resonate. Like, anybody can be a spark. Anybody can be a shining star. The question is, can you resonate?
Resonate. I think that's our SAT word for the day. Resonate.
No, I mean, because anything can happen. Anybody can be what they are and who they are. But if you can't resonate, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people wake up in the morning tomorrow and don't think of, Midnight Rider, they don't think of Big Guy KG the next day. They can't find it in their soul to believe in what it is that the Sideline Junkies are. Then they can't get there. They won't do it. They can't do it. We can't do it because we can't win with them. But the second they allow us into their soul, they allow us to touch their being. And when we do what we do as the Sideline Junkies, they ain't got to stop. They ain't even got to drop. They ain't even got to shut it down and open up shop. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be Pam, Tanisha, Rashonda. All it's got to be is what it's going to be. And it's going to do all our dogs some good. That's all I'm saying. Resonate.
Perry said simply because it was about respect, history, and learning and taking it seriously. Anthony said, I'm going to say defensive lineman and offensive lineman because those guys competed at a high level in amateur wrestling when they were younger, when they were in college. Perry said, look at the history of NFLers that were able to make smooth transitions. And we got a lot of comments that piled up here. Yeah. Perry said, Dick the Bruiser, Wahoo McDaniel, Ernie Ladd, the Big Cat. Anthony said, I'm not talking about the character work. I'm just talking about the psychological portion and the ability to do stuff in the ring. And if Bones had went into pro wrestling before he got into UFC and went to WWE, he would have been the face of the company instead of John Cena. And I didn't even mention that clown ass botch machine, but full of charisma, Bill Oldberg. And Jack said, oh, shucks, my list compete, open up shop, roll. All right, let's move on.
I don't even
College
know where
World
we at.
Series. Yeah, we was on John Bone Jones for a while. College World Series. What you got for me, Midnight Rider?
No, I mean it's advanced and gotten to the last part of it. So our teams, competing for the championship is the LSU Tigers, ranked 6th in the polls, and their opponent is Coastal Carolina, and LSU was up 1-0. So this is a best of 3 series. We can see how it plays out. And I know as a Coastal fan.
That's what Jack said. He said Coastal.
But this is where we start talking about the NIL. Like Coastal is a NIL product in this World Series.
And he said, no, let me clarify the ending portion of my last comment. I'm asking if Bones had went to WWE, do you think Vince would have built him as the face of the company instead of John Cena? And Perry said, your opinion, but no. I don't think John Cena was destined to be was called the prototype for a reason.
Yeah, but Cena was on his last leg until the rapping thing became a thing. The prototype was about to get fired until he started rapping. So let's not like say, oh, John Cena, because John Cena was, and I'm giving him his props. The last post was his last promo with CM Punk through the table. That was torch. That was life. That was the real thing.
Sam checking in. He said it's so damn hot outside. It feels like Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing.
Hell yeah, man. I went to go walking.
But College World Series. So we in the best of 3, Coastal and who else?
Coastal and LSU.
LSU. All right. When is those games played? You got a schedule for me?
So I think the next game is. Hold on. I think it's today. So it looks like Kate Anderson strikes out 10 in a shutout for game 1 of the playoff. And more than likely they play again today at 2:30. So LSU is up. And we'll figure it out. That's the simple way to say it, brother.
Jack said 27 straight victories. I know no numbers say Coastal should lose, but will win. Winning in 3, too high. LSU ain't no chumps. And Perry said Cena was a product of wrestling built through a great school in LA, UPW. All right. Next up, Pacers versus Thunder. Pacers 108, Thunder 91. Indiana forces game 7. For the Thunder, 16 points for Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren, 4 points, 0 assists, 6 rebounds. Midnight Rider, what's that?
Triple single?
Oh, Chet Holmgren don't get it. Hartenstein gave you 10, 21 from the SGA, 11 from Joe, and that's all your players in double figures for the Thunder. For the Pacers, Siakam gave you 16 and 13. Naismith gave you 10. Nembhard gave you 17. Halliburton injured 23 minutes, but gave you 14. TJ McConnell gave you 12 with 9 rebounds and a couple of clutch rebounds too. 20 from Obi Toppin. Shepherd gave you 7. Team stats, the Thunder shot 41% from the floor, 26% from behind the arc, and 80% from the free throw line, 41% for the Pacers from the floor, 35% from behind the arc, 68% from the free throw line. Pacers out rebounded the Thunder 46-41, had less turnovers, 21-10, and points in the paint. The Thunder had 40, the Pacers had 30. Midnight Rider, talk to me about Game 6 before we get on Game 7.
Game 6. I don't know, man. I just, in the end, I was at home, and their guys showed up, and the thing that they did was they held Jalen Williams and SAG under 25 points, and that was their path to winning this ball game. If you want to show me the light and ask me to do it, then if I'm Indiana, the way we do it to make our dogs some good brothers and sisters in the hood, then you hold Williams and SAG under 25 points, and that's how you win. That's how you stop them, you drop them, you shut them down, and open up shop on them.
All right. Uh-oh. Is it coming? Is he
I
coming?
don't know.
Jack said 2:30 today, and he's joining us. Uh-oh. He had a no-no for a minute. Sam said just in time. And this will be Coastal's second championship if they win, right?
I gotta look that up.
And Perry said Spurs versus Pistons energy. Entertaining b-ball that casual don't give a F about. And that's
So,
true.
Perry-
A lot of people don't like the series.
So I had Lakers Pistons as my thought process.
And Sam said, who's having a Pacers themed watch party? All you need is yellow.
What we doing?
And the boss BJ checking in. He said 100 agree with Perry. All right, Jack. Gentleman Jack's joining us. Jack, what you got?
I'm coming. Hold on.
Well, Midnight Rider, you jumping in. Tell me what you got for Game 6. I mean, for Game
Yeah.
7.
Game 7. I mean, we at home. It's OKC. Is what we do. You got the home team that hasn't lost 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row all season. So yeah, I mean, I think they take advantage of what's going on. They win because they're in their building. I think Jack's having some technical issues. But yeah. I think this is going to be one of those series where the teams figure it out, and I think that Oklahoma just is so good at the end of the day that they close it out because they're the better team and not because of where they're playing at and what they're doing. So we should have no problems closing this out because it's OKC in 7. I had it in 5, but I think it's OKC in 7. Go ahead, Jack.
First of all, Midnight Rider, I need to say, you sound marvelous. You sound marvelous. I feel for you, brother. I feel for you. I tell you, the Pacers are just relentless, and it comes from the guy sitting at the front of the bench. Coach Carlisle is a gamer. He showed you
Right.
that. Where was he at? Dallas, where he got his ship, I recall.
Yep, Dallas 2011 or something like that.
Right. And he's just been around. I've always admired his coaching style, but he's got the perfect mix here in Indiana that they can be bothering the Bostons and the New Yorks consistently. I've been hearing constantly about the contracts, how they're laid out for all these young boys. It's a nice thing they got going in Indy, and you can see it too. That place was electric in Game 6. I'd love to have been there, man. You know how we always talk? We like to watch the best of the best, and that's when you watch
Right.
championship sporting events.
Right.
That atmosphere in Game 6 was unreal, man. I mean, I was goosebumped up. And so, yeah, it's going to be tough. OKC rocks too, another hungry town. They got the best they could get out of this. I know they were upset to have smaller market teams make it to the finals in 25, but you couldn't have got a better series. I want to put this down as one of my, I can't say top 5 because I've seen a lot, but this is definitely one of my top 10 series, guys, that I can recall in championships. And it's the first Game 7 in a good minute, if I
Right.
recall. What do y'all know that number?
I don't remember the last Game 7, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I think it's in the early teens, maybe even early 2000s. So
Well, you had
Yeah.
a Game 7 in 2016 when Cleveland won.
that's right. LeBron wasn't it Ray Allen's jumper on the Lakers? If I recall.
No, that was
No.
they beat the Warriors.
Golden State.
Yeah, that was the
That
7.
wasn't a Ray Allen shot.
No,
It was 72. The year they went 72 in like 9 or some shit like that.
Yeah. So, OKC is taking, losses in stride. I like the way they talk after losses. I like the way they talk after wins. This is over tonight. We talk about it now. Tomorrow's on to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way OKC.
Whoa. Jack, what did you say?
How OKC handles it after a loss and how they handle it after a win. The night's over. No celebrating. We're on to Sunday now. We're planning for Sunday, starting tomorrow morning.
Because tomorrow's already happened. I'm sorry. Tomorrow's too far
This is
away.
what they said.
Right now is all we got. You know what I'm talking about? The greatest opportunity in the world is found in today. You understand that? We don't even know what yesterday got for us. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's already gone. Tomorrow, too far away. What about right now? Huh? Would you give it all up for me right now? I got you. Huh? Let's go then.
KG taking in the context clues.
So, I've been pleased with this whole playoffs this year. Got my cap on for the last day of the season. I'm not that joker. If it's getting ready to be football season, I'm wearing my football hats. I'm wearing my baseball hats. I put shit away when the season's over. Bring it out for special occasions. So I look to see a good game tonight. Please don't let it be a one-way lopsided blowout. Give me a buzzer beater tonight, boy. Maybe a little OT. So with this, man, go Pacers.
all right. Couple comments real quick. Sam said this game will
Okay,
be as
talk
epic
for
as
hours.
versus the Bulls. The boss BJ said, Jack, you need a note for HR. Perry said, put your spectacles on, Jack. Sam said 127, 129 overtime OKC prediction. Yep, just like the Spurs did in 2005, since 2005.
I wasn't reading yet,
Perry said
Perry.
Cleveland Golden State when Golden State was up 3-1,
Right.
which is what led to KD coming. That's true.
Mm.
So we got game 7 tonight at 8. Just I hope it's a good game, and I hope the Pacers can pull this.
Wait, am I the only OKC fan?
Yeah.
Coach says small market team
I think
wins
BJ
at
might have took him.
OKC by 15.
Woo!
It's me, Coach. Okay. All right.
I tell you, I didn't even mention that Indy did what they had to. They knew what they had to do. Mathern, Nimhard, Naismith. Naismith, I thought played tremendous.
Bleep Mathern. He didn't get double-digit points. Bleep Mathern.
Yeah, but he handled the ball quite a bit, I thought. And like I say, I look for Halliburton to be fine tonight. What improvement they got out of him in 2.5 days? And he didn't play the whole fourth? Shit, I look for Halliburton to be nice tonight. He got confidence in his jumper again. Because he ain't had no confidence in his jumper in the game 5. Or shit, the whole game 5.
Okay.
6.
Go ahead, KG.
Boss said, give me Indy in a close one.
Well, I don't know why the boss man is so disillusioned.
Indy knows how to win the close ones, man.
It's probably because he's been disillusioned this whole time. He's a Buffalo fan. You know, he's used to not winning in the moment. So I understand. I understand now.
Let me holler at BJ real quick. BJ, I was in the airport the other day and I seen this cat with a unique hat. And I like trying to figure out what a hat is. And it had BB in red and white, and the hat was blue. So it was red, white, and blue hat. And I didn't see the back, but I was trying to figure out what the BB was. And I asked the dude, because my daddy always tell me, you ain't gonna never know if you don't ask. So he says Buffalo Bills. And I was like, oh shucks. You ever seen that hat, BJ? It just has a big B and a B kind of offset. I thought
it was big booties.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to say something. I thought it might have been, an adult softball team. I wasn't sure. And I've had times a guy had a Corpus Christi Hooks. That's a minor league squad down in Texas. And down airplane had it. I said, I'm a big fisherman, man. What do those 2 hooks mean on your hat? He said Corpus Christi. It's a minor league team. And I said, damn. So I'm sitting there the whole time. I said, $20, man. I'll buy that motherfucker. I'll buy it right now. Main man took it off, gave it to me, $20, man. And I've never been able to find it online on the minor league joints. Because I don't think they make it like that no more. I think it's just CC.
Go ahead, KG.
Sam said Kanye once said, I'm living in the future, so the present is the past. Boss said, Indy, cover your heart. Sam said, hurry up with that energy drink sponsorship, Rockstar Energy Monster, where you at? Xavier said, give me Indiana. Perry said, OKC by 15. Perry said, big booties in Buffalo.
Hey, everybody getting booties now.
There's some thick girls up north, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
Switching gears to MLB, the question is Tigers or Dodgers? Who's the best in baseball? I'll leave this to the 2 baseball gentlemen, the Midnight Rider and Jack Carr.
It's no question. Would you like to begin, sir?
No, I'm waiting to see what you start with.
You're gonna defer, huh?
Yes, sir.
Man,
Always
the
defer.
Dodgers are the best team in baseball. Clear cut, period. Defending world champions. So you the best team in baseball till you get beat from being a return champion. They had just horrific luck with the arms, man. Yeah, they got Shohei back the other day, threw about 30 pitches or less. Pitching tonight. I think I thought I saw that this morning. He's pitching tonight.
Yes, he's pitching tonight.
You know, Shohei, Sunday Night Baseball, he gonna be prime time, lime time. I'm telling you, I ain't worried about this cat. And you know, I learned today. I didn't realize this, but he doesn't count against the pitching roster because
Right.
he's a multi-way player. So that's pretty badass to a squad that's damaged arms, man. What they had, I want to say 4 to 6 Tommy Johns. They've had a lot,
Yeah, something like that.
at least in the last couple of years. I mean, so man, they're gonna do some wheeling and dealing when time comes because the lineup's still the same and they're still putting up crooked numbers. Detroit, how far are they gonna go? I think they're gonna be my Cleveland this year. I think you know how I rode them Indians last year, and they didn't prove me right. They had a hell of a season. But I think Detroit's gonna fall off. Like I said, man, you don't start talking major ball before the All-Star break. If you are, you're wasting your time. Look at the Birds now. They're picking some stuff up. So, what do you
Uh,
think, Dan?
I hear you, but I think Detroit's the best team in baseball because of their pitching, because of Scooble and what they have going on. They're the best team right now. And I'm gonna put an emphasis on the word right now because we say baseball and we're talking baseball. And baseball can change throughout the evolutions in this world. So
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow we could be talking about one team, or today we can talk about one team, and tomorrow is somebody different. But I think from a baseball standpoint, the Tigers pitching is giving them a chance, and they can be great with this pitching. The question is going to be, can they hold out and keep it going? I think they're going to be the team in the Central that's going to hold everybody else off. I don't think the Twins or the Indians / Guardians can make up the ground. So that I think it's the Tigers division to lose. On the Dodger side, I think they got enough competition with the Giants and the Diamondbacks and the Padres that they got to fight. They're going to fight for their right to party.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Detroit's got the bats, man.
But you ain't had the bats.
When you go against some bats, you do.
Okay.
I know that their pitching is solid. Their pitching is a top. And LA would be right there with them if they weren't shattered. So, like I say, there's a lot. This is one sport where the phrase "there's a lot of ball game left" really means something. You know, I remember old Tommy always told me.
I think the panic button was last week when the Nationals lost 11 in a row, and everybody's like, "Fire Davey." No, you don't fire Davey. You figure it out. You know, this club is not a club that you thought was going to be a contender. So figure it out.
Well, you know, they was quick in Baltimore to let Hyde roll. And I think that was a bad move. He was playing backups. They didn't have Cowser out there. Henderson came in hurt. I mean, they're finally getting healthy, and they've had 2 6-7 game win streaks. So some teams are jumping to conclusions too early. I mean, now you got a team like a Colorado or the Sox. Yeah, heads got to roll. But Washington, especially Baltimore, I didn't think Hyde's time was to go. Now, if he got healthy and it didn't turn around, yeah. So, and I'm not trying to talk about Baltimore as if they're one of the top teams here. They're not. but they can cause some waves in the MLB.
Yeah, but
I
I
still
think
think they
Hyde's
are
issue
that team.
was I think the Hyde issue was more they needed another voice. And his voice had played out in Baltimore.
What's he
So
been there? 3 years?
I just think if it was somewhere else, it may have worked and he could have held on. But I think he had to go.
I think Baltimore needs to get Ripken more involved in that organization.
Okay.
He's a baseball guy. He was a baseball kid. His dad was the baseball guru. Why this organization doesn't take that knowledge, that star power, that Iron Man
I think it's
symbol,
because the way
and
he
utilize it? Go ahead, man.
no, I think his issue was the way he used his lineup. I think he struggled getting people at bats and mastering the lineup. And I think that's why he ultimately got fired. Because he was trying to fit three dudes in the two spaces.
Because 3 other dudes were hurt, and he couldn't figure out which 2 of those 3 dudes could
Right.
get the job done. And
Exactly.
this boy they got playing right. I think his name's Lorenzano. He's
Yeah.
doing nice. I don't know where the hell he came from.
He was a Nets prospect.
Okay, I seen him Monday or Tuesday. I seen him. He did something. I think he got 2 big RBIs, and then I believe last night he gunned somebody at the plate. To
Talking about Jesus Laurenado, right?
Lorenzo, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I've only
So
seen him play twice.
he was a Nats prospect, and then he ended up in Oakland. Plays in the field. He can run the ball down. His only issue is his hitting. And then we got to Baltimore. Probably that's why defensively he's good, but
He looked
offensively
crisp.
he struggles.
Okay, he looks crisp in the outfield, like he's comfortable, especially in
Yeah.
right. He made that little curl, and he galloped into that crow hop. It was beautiful, and I thought they were going
That's
to
his
cut it.
biz.
Yeah. So, how long Baltimore had him? Did we pick him up in the middle of the season, before the season?
I think you picked him up towards the end of last year.
Okay. So, all right. But he's been in Bowie or
No, he
Chesapeake,
was.
as they call it. Did you know all that went down Midnight Rider? They changed the name of the Bowie Bay Sox.
No, I didn't know they changed the name to Bowie Bay Sox.
They're called the Chesapeake Bay Sox because I used to have season ticket packages, so I get emails from all the time. And I thought it was Chesapeake Landscape was hitting me stuff, so I just dipped it out. And then the other day I opened one for some reason, and it's Chesapeake Bay Sox is their name. Dude, closest they're gonna get to the Chesapeake Bay is a storm drain. They should have kept it Bowie. That just had a ring to it, man. Bowie Bay Sox. Because I was there through the inaugural season and all that, man. You can't beat a day at Bay Sox Park, man. It's a nice experience, I think. I get up there, keep scorecard, everything booked. Me and my daughter just sit up on the top joint. That's a nice park. That's where we should have an outing, man. We gotta get up there. Because I gotta give a shout out my boy Cole Brabhan from Flag on the Take. He just had an incredible experience of announcing a charity softball game. Oh, I think 2 weeks ago at Bay Sox Stadium. So big ups to you, Cole Brabhan and Flag on the Take, man. Good job, guys.
All right. KG.
All right, fellas, a couple of comments real quick. Well, according to MLB The Show, my Minnesota Twins, who my player plays for, that's the best team in baseball, Coach Devon said.
I like them. I like what they're doing.
Shout out to the Toyo Kart. Went over the Golden Eagles last night, early morning. Japanese baseball is evolution. It's what Sam said.
Yeah, Ben places wagers on it, allegedly. And Devon, me and Midnight Rider, I think I know I was on the Twins as being an improved team this year, and they are, but they got nothing to go right in the ships or nothing. But yeah, they're on the right path. Twins, my dad's one of my dad's old favorite squads because he's a Senator fan. So when the Senators went to Minnesota, Pop followed him over there, then became a big Rod Carew fan. So know all about them Twins.
And Sam said it's time for the percolator.
Don't get me started.
Time for the percolator. It's 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 time.
My boys don't groove like me, Sam.
All right, so here we go.
Oh Lord.
The 5 best sandwiches that you had in your life.
Let's go. This
Way down in your loins, you lusted for them. You need to find yourself somewhere between you and Jesus Christ. Was these 5 sandwiches. They made you be, they made you feel, they made you who you are. So, Sir Jack,
Mm-hmm.
the 5th favorite sandwich place, and what it make you do in your life.
Well, this joint here is up in Glen Burnie.
Okay.
And what turned me on to it, it reminded me of the joints my dad used to take me to, because like I said, my dad was a roofer. He had his own company. He was partners in a big company when I was young. And 14, 15 years old, boy, Junior was working. So he used to take me to these joints, and I'm looking around. It's just a line around the building, you know. I'm like, where are we supposed to sit, dude? He's like, you take this back to your car, back to your truck. I'm like, oh, all right. So that's what got this place here, Devon's. It's called Devon's in Glen Burnie. Can't remember the name of the road. Whenever I get up near that way, I just Google it. And this is going to be a little bit of a strange sandwich for some people, because most people think about, some beef or some pork or, chicken sandwiches. This is a shrimp salad sandwich. Banging. I mean, it's magnificent. They got a little onion real thin in that joker. Got some crunchy celery in there, a little Old Bay on it. Nice big plump shrimp. I mean, you cut these shrimp, you get 4 pieces off the shrimp when you cut it. 4 or 5 pieces. So you go to this place called Devon's in Glen Burnie, y'all. You would not be disappointed, man. I've seen Reuben's in there. I always get the shrimp salad, man. I'm not going to lie, because I do. I got my spots for different sandwiches. Devon's is DEVEN''S in Glen Burnie. Check it out. That's my number 5 sandwich.
So my number 5 is something new. Your guy put me onto this. I think it's called Drill Sergeant. And I had their it's not their pit beef, it's their oh my God, what was that sandwich called? Oh, it was the brisket sandwich. And yeah, number 5 for me. Brisket sandwich.
Yeah, brisket.
Drill Sergeant. Yeah. I've had the sandwich. I've had pieces. I went and got the sandwich. And
you're making my mouth water.
He gave me enough for 2 days worth. And yeah, that's the sandwich. That's number 5.
Well, I tell you, if our guy Rob Randall tells you about anything that's banging, check it out. Tell him, my man knows.
So,
all right. So
let's go to number 4.
Well, you just said something about how something was new to you. My number four is a newer sandwich to me. It's not one of my go-tos that I grew up with or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the place is called Nam Pho. I think that's how you say it.
Okay.
And I'm sure you've seen them sandwiches, the Vietnamese sandwiches. And I got in some Vietnamese stuff because my best friend Vu, right back then, my boy man passed away at 95. He's Vietnamese, and his mama used to make some banging food. And the first time I ever had a banh mi sandwich, I just thought they had broken English, dude. I thought they was trying to say beef or something. They banh mi sandwich. I ate that shit out. Ooh, cookie. It was like that. And
Right.
got like pickled cabbage and good shit. I mean, it's good. Flavors is just, oh. So that's what I got at this place in Annapolis, man. It's over there in Eastport, right there on Bay Ridge Drive. I'm driving there now mentally, man. I found this place about 2 years ago, and this banh mi sandwich is just banging. I get pork. It's this pork that's marinated. Oh, I recommend y'all check that out.
So for me, number four would be the Mario's steak and cheese. Comes with mustard.
What?
Yeah, it's a steak and cheese with
Never
mustard.
had that. I ain't never had that.
Oh, the sandwich.
I like mustard. I prefer mustard over ketchup on anything.
Right. I think that's what it is. It's a mustard base
I
over
gotta go
ketchup.
mayonnaise on my steak and cheese.
Yeah.
I'm a mayonnaise sucker, and I like Dukes.
I'm not.
Yep.
I like Dukes too, but yeah,
I
Mario's.
just can't do that. I can't do that salad shit, whatever it's called, Miracle Whip.
Right.
That's your boy Rob Randall shit. Rob Randall like Miracle Whip. Man, I used to go to his house. I stopped at the gas station, get a couple 30 packs, and grab me a little either Hellman's or Dukes, and throw it in his refrigerator, man, because I can't do that Miracle Whip stuff. That's nasty. So
Number three.
we're at number three. Well, number three, man, this ain't gonna be. Y'all have heard me talk about this since I met y'all, and I tried to sit and say, all right, let me just not say this place because I've said it many times, but nah, you can't discredit this place like that. It's the Brandywine New York Deli, right there between 301 and 5 before you go to the merge up there, Brandywine Waldorf almost.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that money, man. And I tell you, they make everything. They make everything. I don't eat that cheesesteak because it's just too much. I get their cold cut every time because, cold cut, that go in the refrigerator and come out right nice. You put a damn cheesesteak in the refrigerator, it ain't right. So their cold cut is banging. I've shared. I tried to upload a picture, but I didn't get it up.
No.
Yeah,
So for me, their steak and cheese is number three for me. Like
yeah,
I love their steak and cheese. Same
their steak
place.
and cheese good. Their
Yeah.
meatball joint's good.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I just had to say them again, man. The next couple will be something y'all ain't never heard me mention, I don't think.
All right, so let's go to number two.
Hard to say as much as we talk about food.
Exactly. So number
Shit.
two, Jack. It's on you.
All right, this is going to be a two-part number two. I just figured it out. All right, at the number two, I got this joint in Bladensburg, but I didn't want to put this joint in Bladensburg in number two because they're not open no more. And that's Cosmos, short for Cosmopolitans. It was in the first floor of this big high-rise business joint, right there at Bladensburg and what was that? 450 and Kilmer Street, I think.
Okay.
The sandwiches were so big, man. And here we go again, talking about my boy Boo. He ordered a sandwich. I don't know, ham and cheese, ham and Swiss, something. He went home, and back in the day, you could buy them little loaves of bread, like half a loaf of bread. He bought one of them Jones for like 50 cents. Went home, made lunch for the week off one sandwich. That's Cosmos, bro. So when Cosmos went out of business, somebody said, you got to try Hankel's. I'm like, what? Believe Hankel's was in Glen Burnie by the railroad tracks. It was an old railroad house or something. Same exact sandwiches, different people. It was amazing deli too. So I got Hankel's and Cosmos tied for second, just giving them respect for being former institutions I used to patronize.
So number 2 for me is the G-Man from Maglianardo's on 8th Street and I think it's 8th and Penn. Yeah. Same thing. If you get the
Okay.
Super G-Man, you can get
What's in a
you.
G-Man?
It's like it's like an Italian cold cut, but with extras. And the
And the
thing
extras
about
is
it
in
is,
toppings?
yeah,
Or you
no,
got
you
Capicolas?
can get whatever,
Yeah.
dog. But the
Give
G-Man
me some
is
Arby's.
hold on. Let me see if I can find it. While we talking about it.
Well,
But the G-Man is
G-Man is your number 2.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about it later.
All right. I mean, you
What's your
talking about
number
you
one?
getting your junk, you getting your cold cut with hots and all that on it and stuff.
No. I get
You
mine
do
regular.
tomato, lettuce, tomato, all.
Yep.
I don't like all and shit. I think
What's your number one, Jack?
my number 1 over in Landover Hills. This joint's located right across from the Capitol Plaza, or as I should say now, the Home Depot or whatever the shit's over there. And it's called SK Liquors. And they got a deli in the back. Whoo, cookie. I had to do 2 cookies on this show. We over there getting ready to watch the Tyson fight at my boy Cliff's house over there behind St. Mary's, Landover Hills. But they probably call all that Highsville now. And Johnny K hits us up. And I'm like, Johnny K knows grub. He's like, what y'all doing? I'm like, we're going to Jerry's to get some subs. He's like, nah, don't go to Jerry's. I'll bring everybody a sub. If y'all don't like it, you ain't got to pay for it. I was like, all right. So he shows up with these subs, man. They're like $15 a piece. And, dude, in the late 90s, $15 was a lot for a sandwich. So I'm like, what the hell is this? Filet mignon? He's like, pretty close. I'm like, what do you mean? Man, this cheesesteak is called a Juicy Lucy. This mug had some of the best steak meat in there, sliced thin. And I mean, you could just pull it with your lip, and it was just so tender. And then he mixes in crispy bacon into the shit while he's cooking it. Then you put your cheese in it, so the cheese is in the meat, not just on top of it. And then, what you need. You need green peppers, you need mushroom, you need onion, what you need. Juicy Lucy. Hooked it all up, man. Man, I think I went there 3 days in 1 week when I found this place, SK. It's you can't miss it. It's up by Pop's Crab House. I don't know if y'all know where Pop's Crab House is in Landover Hills, or if Pop's is still there, but SK is still there. And it's a liquor store. You would never know it's really got grub. So the Juicy Lucy, that's one of the bangingest names of any sandwich I eat too. You been
It's
there?
real simple. If
You been there?
no,
Okay.
I haven't. But if Duval Paul was on this show, he know. If Scooter was on this show, he know. If Matt Grog was on the show, they know. The number one sandwich for me is the Lost Dog Cafe. I need a number two. It's called a Billy's Philly. It's tender chunks of chicken, cheddar cheese, sub roll, garlic mayo, and we're gonna make it happen, bro. And that's how it is. So that's the number one sandwich for me.
All right.
Yeah, no, there's no sandwich better than that joint.
I don't know, boy. That Juicy Lucy's. I'm telling you, Shaw.
Nah, I hear you, bro.
Cause it's like the bacon is still crunchy as shit. It's not chewy bacon, and that's what caught me off guard the most. Cause dude just said hit it. It's a cheesesteak, hit it. So I'm
Nah,
like,
dog.
man,
I'm telling you right now,
that shit crunches in your mouth like candy.
bro. You either get that, and their third sandwich, which is one of my boys' favorite sandwiches. It's called the Big Dog. You get like I think it's chunks of chicken. What is it? Swiss cheese, centipede. You get like you get tomatoes and all that shit. Yeah.
Oh snap! I got comments coming in. I could have made a top 10.
Oh,
My wife chimes in, dude. I forgot about
I don't know how you didn't have a chicken parm.
I don't do the same. I don't do the chicken parm sandwich, man. I'd rather have a meatball sub. Chicken parm for me gotta be with some noodles. But my wife's telling me about this joint down in Federal Hill that we used to go to when she used to work down there in Baltimore, called the Face Breaker, dude. Man, I ain't bullshitting. You gotta open your mouth to your eyes to get a bite.
So if you get a G-Man, it's one. But if you get a Super G, you gotta do what you're talking about. You gotta break your face.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hit the comments and let's get out of here.
I don't know where to start. Well, we got some trolls. We got some trolls. I mean, if y'all just want to say, "Hey, be cool like that," but don't slam my page up with icons, guys. You coming in like you cool, Hello, fellow podcasters. But then you throw icons all in my
so there we go.
comments, man.
So Sam Mars says, "I remember these spots from the road trip."
Finish with those folks. It's not cool, y'all. All
right, Jack. Hey, Jack. You know what? Let's do this. We done spent the block. We done did our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here. Let's call it a night.
Okay. I saw one comment. I saw one comment that I wanted to talk to Sam. That Dickies in Odessa. I've heard about that. Had family in Texas for a minute, and yeah, whenever I was in Texas, no matter what town, you get barbecue. You get barbecue in Texas. So yeah, I've heard big things about Dickies.
All right, so let's go from here.
All right.
It's the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. Appreciate everybody coming out, doing your thing. It's the Midnight Rider. All of a sudden, the Gentleman Jack, who's been sick. Shout out to KG for doing what he was doing earlier. Ain't no thing but a thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. God bless. Good night. We see y'all tomorrow if we can with the Gentleman Jack and his show. We also got Dry Time coming at you at 5. We also got Coach Devon coming at you at 7. And we got the Gentleman Jack coming at you at 8. So tomorrow, your spirits will be fed. Your bodies will be blessed. And we will do things that we do because we the best of the best. With that being said, we out. See you tomorrow. God bless and good night.
It's daytime.